Ranger. Finally, the building price is up, and well, Ford has listened. The building price is up before we can actually order it. Good chances that's going to be tomorrow, but you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to tell you exactly why you don't want to order a Ford Ranger 2024 model tomorrow. Unless it's the Raptor. If it's the Raptor, get in line, folks. They're going to sell out quick. Most dealers will probably get 0 to maybe 5 Raptors for really big dealers. So I'm going to give you the whole process of how to go online, how to build your Ranger so that you're ready when you show up to the dealership. You know exactly what you want, so you can focus on getting the right price and getting your order in. You're going to want to confirm your order. That means go there with your driver's license and make sure that on your build sheet you get them to sign it and say that's the price for your 23, that they will sell it to you at that price. So I'm here to take care of you. I want to make sure that you save thousands. I'm Johnny from Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. I'm an expert when it comes to buying new vehicles, especially all makes and models, but a special expert when it comes to the Ford product. It's what I do as my day job. So I'm going to coach you through building the right Ranger. I'm going to tell you my personal pick. I'm going to explain to you why you may very well not want to order tomorrow, when likely the Ford Ranger ordering will start. So likely that's going down. So tomorrow, May 26th, they're going to start building these 24s. August 7th, that's when they're going to start building them. But you're going to want to get your order sheets in correctly. So let's do this together. I'm here to coach you through it. But when you do go to the dealership, folks, promise me that you will get your dealership to sign your build sheet. And ideally, really get them to sign a lease agreement or purchase agreement, because when they sign it and you keep that copy, they'll just ask you to sign it. But you need to sign it as well. They need to send that off to Ford so that you have a confirmed order. Now keep your order sheet as well as your purchase or lease offer, because once they sign it, that locks in that interest rate and the price. So let's see what the price really looks like. So that's a trick to save you thousands, because you don't want your Ranger showing up, and because of rarity, they let you know that there's a markup fee, a fair market adjustment fee, or whatever it may be. So let's get started, folks. You'll want to go to Ford.com. Ford.ca is not up with the building price yet, but thank you so much, Ford. Fantastic job that you're letting us build these before we actually order them. Now, the insider date for being able to order these is May 26th, but that might still get pushed. So we'll find out tomorrow. Give your dealer a call or try. You can actually get them your order sheet in advance. Even if Ford's not taking the orders tomorrow, if they get all these, your driver's license, the build sheet signed, as well as the lease or purchase offer, this is going to be, they can put it at any time. At the minute these order banks open, they can put them in. So the WB, thank you very much for leaving a comment. I didn't have time to see it go by. Marie's not here to catch all the comments. Sorry, folks. But let's start this up. Let's head over to the build-in price. Now, first thing, don't be fooled. And we're on the 23, so they're gonna, if you put in 2024 Ford Ranger as a Google search, and the first don't be fooled is it's probably gonna try to put you on the 23, sell some of that, get some of that old inventory off the lots. Mind you, there's not a whole lot of Rangers, so the trick here, go to the bottom. When, say, change vehicle, when they throw that 23 at you, then go to near the bottom. That's where your 24s are hiding out. And already first little technical issue, just earlier they had the 24 Ranger up, and don't tell me that they've have taken it off already. Was this a glitch in the system today? If it was, yeah, the 23 they should have the 24 right beside the 23, or have it at the bottom of the page. But we're going to work this out together, folks, because this is the type of technical difficulty that you're going to encounter doing this. And either way, a big don't be fooled is right now, when I was building this earlier today, you couldn't build on the 2.7 liter V6 engine. So the first big don't be fooled is if you do rush in to get your order in with Ford, and you put it as a 2.3, make sure, and you want the 6-cylinder, you could get yourself in line. Build up, I would say the best model is an XLT because it's great. Don't be fooled. You don't have to go to Lariat or Raptor to have an amazing looking Ford Ranger. What's incredible is now the XLT comes standard as a sport without having to take the high package. You can get that on just your regular standard option, which is package, which is awesome. The XLT looks amazing. I must live in La La Land because we don't have bait and switch situations here. Well, no, that's good. We don't have the bait and switch situations that much in my area as well, but areas that seem to have a big problem with that, California, most of the state, Florida, most of the state from what I'm reading. So there definitely are areas. So the big number one thing I can say for today is the XLT is excellent value. Ask your dealer to code you 99. You're in line. Once they put you on to a code 10 to 20, you're going to pop right up and you're going to be ready to be built once we get that 2.7 liter V6 information. So I think the sweet spot, the Raptor is running about 55,000 US dollars as I posted on, Facebook and Instagram today. And that's the model that everyone's going to think I've got to have it, but they're going to be extremely limited. You might get in line. If you're the fifth at a dealership that's going to get one per year, which is, the case for the Bronco Raptors, F-150 Raptors. Also, some dealerships will get 10 or 15 of those, but some will get, 1 or 2 per year. The sweet spot is that XLT with a 6-cylinder. And if you want it to sound more like the Raptor, you just change out your exhaust and put bigger tires on. Get some 33s on it. And remember, we should, according to, let's head over right here. According to the order guide, which I got this off Bronco Ranger 6G. So according to the order guide from what I was seeing earlier, there will be a trimmer package. So right here, we're in the XLT. So don't be fooled. The XLT comes extremely equipped. Really, the XL is just mostly missing mags because it's got a nice setup. If you do go with the high package, you'll get a 12-inch center screen instead of the smaller screen. But all these screens are, turning into televisions in our vehicles. They're all really good. So your standard tires, you get the freestanding option. It's optional to get the LT 255/70 R17. I'd be more interested in taking the stock tires and just buying some BF Goodrich KO2s. They go well in the snow. They go quite well off-road. Not the best off-road tire, but the fact that you can go mudding as well as play on snow and ice makes it a fantastic tire. So that's an important piece of advice I've got right here. So I highly recommend, while you're building your online Ranger, get the order guide and look through it, because you'd be surprised. A lot of things come standard that we often think that we need to go up to a Lariat or a Raptor to get. So what's fun is right at the very beginning, you go to the XLT section. So right here, we're on page, what is this? Probably page 2 or 3. So right on page 5, you're going to have all the standard Ranger equipment. So you can see it comes with fog lamps, XLT fender badge. Then you can go into the interior comfort and you can read, okay, well, it's going to have a leather wrapped shifter, vinyl wrapped steering wheel. So you can read through all of that and see what works for you. And you can also see that standard equipment. So top the page, standard equipment, that means no charge. It comes with Ford Copilot 360, meaning auto high beam headlamps, Bliss, that's the blind spot information system, with cross traffic alert. You back up, someone's coming, it's gonna alert you. Lane keeping system, lane keeping alert, lane keeping aid, driver alert, pre-collision, it's gonna brake right before you have an accident, probably save you 30, about 20, 25 miles of speed, so you have that impact and have it cause less damage to, well, everything. Reverse brake assist, of course, the rear view camera, as well as the reverse park aid. That's when, reverse park aid, it's going to beep as you back up. You get 400 watts power in the bed, LED bed lighting. These are all reasons to get the XLT. I think the XLT is the best model to pick. You're not paying a whole lot more than an XL, but you're getting mags you can live with, and you're getting all this great equipment. If you don't agree with me, and you find this is too much. Maybe I'm a pavement princess. Sure. I used to be on a farm. I worked on beef farms as well as a dairy farm. And nonetheless, I think XLT is great. Now, of course, you got a little shit on your shorts, you could say. You got some dirty jeans. Well, maybe you want to get some nice seat covers. You don't have to go and spend Ranger money. The WB, I agree. The Ranger is very hot. It looks like a very beefy Maverick. And from day one, I've really liked the styling on the Maverick. It looks like a traditional truck modernized, so contemporary. And love how it looks. So you'll want to look through that. The XLT comes standard as a sport. Another reason, just the overall styling is just fantastic on the XLT. Great value for the dollar. You can check out our Instagram or our Facebook. And I also made a short on it. You can see the prices there, since it looks like Ford has taken the Ranger off the build-in price. You also, what you're going to get when you see here, if you need those electric seats, don't be fooled. You don't have to go up to a Lariat. You can just get a high package XLT. From recollection, the high package wasn't too bad. It was about $2,000. So really decent pricing on that high package, which is going to get you the 10-way power driver adjustable seat, including power lumbar, and 8-way power passenger adjustable seat, including power lumbar. And that's awesome, because for years at Ford, if you wanted the passenger to have an electric seat, you had to go up to, let's say, an Escape Titanium or a Lariat F-150, or now they have it on the F-150, but guess which one? The high package F-150 at 75 Canadian, probably about 62 US dollars. Also with your high package on the XLT, you're getting the 12-inch display in the center stack. Thank you very much to the WB. I really appreciate that you're encouraging people to give the thumbs up. That's how this information is going to get out. My goal is to save you thousands. So we started the show talking about how you can save thousands with your dealer. In life, generally, it's always better to be prepared. It's not about not trusting. I'm not saying don't ever trust anybody, but it's better to be prepared. And then if someone turns out to be not trustworthy, well, you've got a way out. You've got a way to protect yourself. And having that signed lease or purchase offer is going to be the way you're going to protect yourself. And of course, you can always do a distance order with Tim Bartz from Long MacArthur. So I know that he'll take good care of you. He gets my full seal of approval. Also on the high package, you're not just getting that 12-inch display. You're getting dual zone electric climate control. So there's no chicane or arguments with you and the missus or, life partner, whatever it may be. Also, what you might want to consider, the FX4 package is not expensive. It gives you off-road shocks. It gives you skid plates. Even if you say, but I'm never going to go off-roading. Well, Marie, not here tonight, hopefully not running over another deer, but she ran over a frozen deer up here in the great north. And this frozen deer, the deer was obviously already laid down, had already been run over, but it had frozen on the road. That block of deer sickle probably would have taken out the oil pan. And it's Marie. She kept driving home, and she still had about 8 miles. 8 miles driving. If the oil would have leaked out quick enough, 8 miles of no oil could have blown that engine. It is a 300,000 kilometer, about 220,000 mile or 300,000 kilometer F-150 EcoBoost 2011, and I was still able to sell that for 10 grand. So we got to take care of our vehicles, and generally, if you hit something, pull over, see what damage it's caused. But pretty lady, I'm happy she came home. You never know if what's going to happen if you pull over. What kind of weirdo is going to pull over and cause you trouble? Now, let's just continue on that. So the skid plates on the FX4, very useful. You have also off-road cruise control. So you can set it to, let's say, 5 miles or 8 miles per hour, and then the vehicle is going to control the brake as well as the gas. You just need to take care of the steering wheel. So you don't have to worry about sliding down a hill because you're not doing, gas brake properly. Also, we've got an advanced towing package. That was from recollection about $1,200. This advanced towing package, optional, but finally you can get a Ranger with an actual brake controller, which is really good because really you shouldn't be towing more than 3,000 pounds without having brakes on that back trailer. And if your back trailer has brakes, but you don't have a brake controller, if you don't have the brake controller, guess what? You're not going to have brakes on that back trailer. So really important to consider if you're going to tow more than 3,000 pounds with this. And actually a very unknown law in my region, in my province, if you're towing over 3,000 legally, you have to, sorry about that, that's Lily. Legally, if you're pulling, a bunch of these right here, I don't know how many it would take to make over 3,000 pounds, but legally you have to have a brake controller because the transport police, they know that it's dangerous to be going around towing more than 3,000 pounds without a brake controller. So very important to know, folks. Now the technology package with the whole adaptive cruise control, front parking sensors, 360 camera, enhanced active park assist, which I don't know anyone that uses that, but anyways, and built-in connected navigation. You might want to pay extra for that, but let me tell you that I love all these all these Ford Rangers are going to have 4G. You don't actually have to plug in your phone to the vehicle to get free navigation, free GPS. So you use Waze, and often you're going to know construction zones, traffic jam ups, police, radar. You're going to be taken care of really well just by using that free service. So please don't go out and waste your money. Don't be fooled. Don't buy this technology package for a little over $1,000 if you're just getting it for the navigation. Now, if you want adaptive cruise control, go for it. I personally, I'm not a big fan of adaptive cruise control because in my region, when I'm in corners, my Mustang's done it, my Lightning's done it, but when I'm in a corner and there's a vehicle just a little bit ahead of me, it can get confused and think it's actually in front of me, and the vehicle brakes in the corner. Now on snow, that's not always a very safe thing to occur. Mind you, Consumer Reports rated Ford's Blue Cruise as the best driver technology. But then again, I've also complained about Consumer Reports many a time over. And really, I think with Tesla being able to really kind of bring you from point A to point B. It'll even change lanes on the highway, and it'll even take highway exits for you. I don't see how they didn't come in first. I would think that they'd be in first place and that Ford would be in second, but with a good difference between first and second. But Consumer Reports not cutting Ford as number one for that Blue Cruise system. Now I think I say things as they are. And even when almost a lot of journalists are saying, oh, well, Ford with all the recalls, it means they're unreliable. I buck the trend. I say, no, that's absolutely not the case. Everyone has problems. They're actually resolving them. But I say things straight. So Blue Cruise hasn't always been perfect for me. I haven't tried the Tesla enough to say I have heard stories, bad stories, but maybe that's why Consumer Reports put Ford in first place for that technology. But let's go over and try the build and price again. So the XLT is definitely the system I'd go with. An electronic locking rear differential available on the Ranger, optional. You can even have a engine block heater as optional. That's more so about, these days, it's not so much about the longevity. You used to get a block heater to kind of make it so your motor would last longer. And now it's more just about getting hot air sooner when you start the vehicle up. Another option, remote start the vehicle, of course, with Ford Pass, a free application. You go on Play Store or your Apple Store, you download Ford Pass for free, given just a little bit of information, your name, your address, put in your serial number, your VIN number from the vehicle, and you're going to be unlocking doors, locking doors, and starting the vehicle, and a whole lot more, even if you're in another country. So really cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff. So I'd very much be Ford Ranger XLT. Let's see if we can find the Tremor. What happened to the Tremor package? Let's see if it's in here, folks. We're up to the Lariat. So I didn't see the tremor yet. I'm pretty sure I thought I saw the tremor just a few days ago when this had first was hot off the press. Let's check it out here. We've got those. I definitely consider the high package. I like the 12-inch display. I like electric seats. And it's also great because let's see where we can get. A lot of people want heated seats. And I think we're getting, let's see if we get heated seats as standard on the XLT. Definitely not seeing this tremor package. Maybe it's in its own category, which would be awfully nice. Now, if you do order up your Ranger now, you're going to be stuck with the 2.3 liter. And I shouldn't say stuck. It's a good inline 4-cylinder turbo. It's on addition to, it's reliable. So it's not, that when it first came out, there have been modifications made to it since, just like the 2-liter had some problems when it was first out in 2013. And now the 2-liter is a very reliable power plant. So if you could just throw out that question again, I didn't have time to see it go by. But you're going to have the continued 10-speed. So does Ford charge you for that driving assist feature? Last thing I want is another monthly cost. No, they're not charging for the driver assist, the standard driver assist packages. And if you do get the added on package for, the adaptive cruise control, there's no monthly for that as well. And the Ford Pass, there's no monthly for that as well. I agree. I'm really not for these monthly systems. So the XL, don't get me wrong. If you want to build your own Ranger and have your own styling, you could end up having it look better than the XLT. Or not, we never know. These things can vary, but I can say that the XL comes very, very well equipped. It's actually quite surprising. There is an STX appearance package, but we'll have to see if that's only available for fleet or if that's going to be available for everyone, but should hopefully be available for everyone. STX is always a nice, good-looking package. All your Rangers are going to be 4-door with a 5-foot box. There's no way around that. You can also get them in 4x2, so don't be fooled. When you go on the Build and Price website, when it's back up and running, all the prices are, of course, without the transport, and all the prices are for 2x4s. Don't be fooled. Your resale on a 2x4 Ranger will never be as good as the resale on a 4x4. And the 4x4, these things are going to hold their value well. Consumer Reports, remember, did rate this as the best mid-sized truck after 3 years. And I think it is definitely a very reliable truck to plan on buying and keeping for 10 years. Now, the 2.3 liter, the one little thing, the little hesitation I have is from recollection. You can look this up in another episode. I'm pretty sure it's still only direct injection. Whereas the 2.7 liter is both direct injection and port injection. So how this works, it's very important actually. When your engine's cold and you have only direct injection, there's the possibility for a little bit of carbon buildup. And if you idle your vehicle often when it's cold and you have this long idle instead of just getting in and driving so that the engine heats up quicker, you're going to have more carbon buildup. And if you have too much carbon buildup after a long period of time, you need to have maintenance done. It's called walnut blasting, and you need to get that carbon blasted out, because if you don't, you could have some serious problems. What's really cool about having dual injection, less cool for the manufacturer, they're spending for 2 injection systems, but you got more long-term reliability in that, because when the engine is cold, you're letting it idle because you like to warm up your vehicle and you want it to be all toasty when you get in. That's fine. It's not the greatest thing for the environment. It's not the greatest thing for the fuel economy either. People complain, how is my fuel economy so much higher than the sheet? I'm doing 10% more. Well, often it's because they're letting the vehicle run to either cool off or to heat up, depending on the time of the year. Well, these things are bad unless you have port injection. Ford will use port injection when the engine's cool. And once it's warmed up at the proper temperature, it'll switch to direct injection. So once it's on direct injection, well, then you've got an actual fuel system that is much more efficient. It burns more fuel, and burning more fuel, I've got good news. Burning more fuel means either you're easy on the pedal and you're saving dollars, or you're getting more power. So fuel injection can definitely help you get more power because you're burning more fuel. Now let's try and see. It'd be great if we could see the Tremor package rate up on the actual build-in price. But I don't know if we're going to get that lucky. Let's go see if Ford was only temporarily bringing it down. Maybe this means that tomorrow we're not ordering. Things are going to get pushed aside. I'm doing this as sort of a last minute live because I think it's so important that we're all ready to go in and order these, save thousands, not get fooled. So I would get the 4x4 for resale, and it's better in the forest. It's better in the mud. There's your Ranger Raptor. Ranger Raptor, you don't have to really add anything to that. It comes pure perfection. Pure perfection. But if you want to save money, get an XLT. The mags, it comes standard as sport. The mags look amazing. And you just need to put bigger tires on it. And like I said, BF Goodrich KO2s, big fan of them. So right here, from different packages here, we got package options. What do we have? We've got the STX available on XL. And it'll give your description. So look up Bronco order 2024 Ford Ranger order guide. I've done too many Bronco videos. I think I must have 200 Bronco videos and about 200 Maverick videos. You've got your chrome appearance package if you like that 1960s, 1970s chrome look. You can read the whole description. I won't go through it all. It'll take far too long. You got the sport appearance package. Now that's included on XLT and included on Lariat, not included on XL. So really cool mags. You pay more to go chrome. So that's new. That's very different. You've got your technology package. If you want it, you have to pay for it. But you do have a really good base Copilot 360 system, as we read off earlier. You can go for FX4 off-road package. I highly recommend it. Anyways, you're going to have more. Your radiator is going to be bigger. You'll have better cooling for the transmission. So it's going to be better for, crawling around and working hard in the forest or, climbing boulders and rocks. Not available, of course, for 4x2. You need to have a 4x4. Ford Copilot 360, standard on XLT and Lariat, and then they read out what is included, including nighttime automatic low and high beams. So that's absolutely fantastic, but no mention of the Tremor. But darn, and right now for the order guide, no mention of the 2.7 liter. So we are not going to be able to add that on our builds. So order a 2.3 liter, code it 99. Wait for the next order guide to come out, maybe come job 2 for the 2024 Ranger. And as soon as you see that 2.7 liter, as soon as I let you know from these videos, so like and subscribe, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss any important information. And then you can just switch over to the 2.7 liter and be at the front of the list. So, I missed the comment, but I will, next time there is a comment that comes down, I'll read that and do my best to answer it. So let's head over to the Ranger. Let's start from the beginning. So we do a Google search, shop Ford. Let's try this from scratch. Like you're at home, you can use this as a template if the 2024 Ford Ranger buildandprice.com website hasn't removed it from us. I will be disappointed. Let's see here. Ranger ready, build and price, rate on button, rate by the hood of the truck. Hit that. Let's hope this works now. All right, so don't be fooled. You've got the XL at $32,565. Well, that's for a 4x2. And let's see, does it actually include transport? Well, no, you've got destination charges right here, $1,595. So the $32,565 does not include transport and destination. So you're down at $34,160. But like I said earlier, I don't necessarily recommend getting a 2x4. Now, there's nothing horribly wrong with the XL. It comes very well equipped, surprisingly well equipped. It's a real bargain. But here's a little secret. Production is going to be more around 6% on this model. So if a lot of people jump on it, it could take a little longer to get. So maybe I'm getting confused with other engines. Yeah, I'm not seeing the 2.7 liter on their website. That's right. It's going to be offered later on, probably coming this fall. So once they fall into job 2. So they're going to start building these August 7th. They'll probably run for 2 or 3 months before they declare the beginning, maybe even more, could be 4 months before they declare, job 2. Or before they actually offer the 2.7 liter. So it could be late as even December before we can actually get the 2.7 liter scheduled for a build. If so, let's say if the worst case scenario, they start offering it in December, well, that means they're probably scheduling out for February, and you get built in February and you get the vehicle in March. I'd say March is probably the latest that we'll see 2.7s showing up. Twin turbo V6. Wonderful, magic. The latest, probably March, that we'll see these at dealers. Now that is my huge estimate, but I'm usually pretty good with these guesstimates that I do. It's educated speculation. Now the XLT is where I'd put my money. Later on, we're going to do a build and price proper for just XL, just XLT, just the Lariat, and just the Raptor. The Raptor coming in at $55,365 is an awesome machine, but I don't think it's necessary. The Lariat, if you like the leather, the push button, you've got the $43,525 and push button. I'm sorry, I'm thinking back to the Maverick. Let's go see the XLT, see if it gets push button straight off the top. Now I would take it 4x4, and you see how the price changes right there. We're jumping up almost $3,500. Well worth it. You'll get it all back on the resale. And there's that beautiful Ranger. Of course, you've got your standard black, as always. You've got white. You've got silver. Hot pepper red metallic. I didn't like it on the computer. I love it in person. I'm too cheap. I'm thrifty. I spend a lot of money, but I spend it in areas where I can get my money back. I don't think I'm going to get that $500 back when it comes to resale. I do love the green on the Raptor. If I took a Raptor, I would definitely take green. It's a specialty color for it. If I took any other Ranger, the Raptor green isn't there. And it's not the same eruption green that we've seen on the Bronco, but I would go with Velocity Blue. It's my favorite. Cactus Gray, I've had it on a Bronco. It looks amazing. So much better in person. And here's the thing. Azure Gray is incredible in person. We had it on F-150 right on the lot. I love it. I love it. I don't know if I'd pay $1,000 for it, but some days I am disappointed that I went a little cheap and didn't spend it on the Lightning. My Lightning's white. I think I should have spent the money on Azure Gray, but the blue is free and it looks amazing. There's that 2.3 right there that we've always had. XLT standard package. Now, when you're on the building price and you don't know if you've got enough equipment on this bad boy, you can either get out the order guide and read all the standard equipment. And don't be fooled. On the order guide, there's going to be a lot more explained, a lot more of the options explained on the order guide than if you just come here and click the little I for information beside the standard 300 equipment. But it does a pretty decent job here. Sync 4A. So incredible. We talked about that. Don't need to wire connect to the vehicle. You can just Bluetooth the information from the phone into that screen for, GPS, Waze, Google Maps. You've got LED tail lamps, fog lamps, and bed lighting. So all top-notch, great style. Power folding side view mirrors. That's impressive stuff. Power folding side view mirrors is usually top equipment on an F-150. Wireless charging pad. That's wild. Standard wireless charging pad. These are reasons to get the XLT. Don't be fooled. The XLT is the best bang for buck. 400 watts of in-cab, in-bed power, manual sliding, rear window with privacy glass and defrost, sport appearance package. I've said it like 5 times. It's standard. It's because I'm blown away that they're not charging more for this. Ford, you've done an amazing job. You've built a bargain of a truck. I love the pricing on this. Don't raise it. Order one of these up before they raise it. Get the dealer to sign it so that it locks in your price and interest rate. When it comes in, if interest rates are better, you can grab those interest rates. But you have to live with the new price because inflation, these are going to go up. And this is really good pricing. I think Maybe we're going to see people running to this. They're putting pricing to get people to run to this model. But the people that don't run and they wait 3-4 months, are they going to pay $2,000 more? I wouldn't be surprised one bit, folks. And of course, Ford Copilot 360. So we talked all about that. Just want to show you, you can just hit the arrow off to the side and then you can read off right off. Do I need that high package? Am I the type of guy or gal that needs the high package? And do I need to flex here? I don't think, maybe it's not about flexing. Maybe it's about having a better seat position. Because when I've had a sore back for years, injured it, followed me since I've been 25, so many years now, 10-way power driver seat, including power lumbar. Power lumbar and heated seats have often taken a good amount of pain away. So Joe says, for the money, XL or XLT is the way to go. XL 4x4 is like $38K. Yeah, it's great. And the high package is so cheap. It's under $1,000. So 2 electric seats in the front with power lumbar. Great if you've got a bad back. Heated seats. So that's how you get your heated seats if you're in a northern climate or you have a bad back. Even if you're in a hot climate, heating up that seat can really help the back. And it's only $945. If you add heated seats later on, it's just about $800 Canadian if it's done right. This package is a steal. Ford, don't raise it. And you get a 12-inch display in center stack screen. It doesn't get much better than that, folks. And dual zone electronic climate control. So Ford, you put the pedal to the metal on this package. You've given us something really impressive. Look at that 12-inch center stack screen. That's good stuff right there. That's pretty shabby. That's a good reason for the neighbors to get a little jelly. I'm a little disappointed. There's no roof on this. Of course, probably help with safety ratings, but no glass roof that we can have on this. So I'm going to build the high package. I'm taking it. It passes my approval all the way. So I've lost the XLT standard discount though. So don't be fooled. Well, the high package says it's $945. If you don't take it, we're getting a discount. And that's why you'll see here, go back to the XLT standard and the price. Here, let's do this again. We take high package and it's going to warn us. It's actually adding $1,445 because there's roughly, there's a $500 credit for taking the standard package. Oh, that makes sense. Microchips in shortage. Ford wants to build as many of these Rangers as possible. They don't want to be held back by lack of microchips. So they're saying, help us out. Don't take that other kit and you're going to get this. Take it standard and you're going to get a rebate, which is oddly the opposite of what some big channels have been saying. There are some big, huge YouTube channels that have been claiming that Ford is only building high trim models on high profit vehicles. Well, they're going to build these Rangers. They're not just going to build wild track Broncos. Heck, it's the opposite. Ford is saying, hey, we can't build as many wild track Broncos. Please take a Big Bend or take an Outer Banks. And guess what? If you're a Bronco fan, you got some great news because now the base model, which yes, they're not able to make very many, or they're not going to make very many, but the Big Bend, which they're making a ton of, vinyl, marine grade vinyl for both. Rubberized floors for both. Awesome. Wild Track, standard, leather and vinyl. Outer Banks, leather and vinyl. Badlands stays as a marine grade vinyl model with optional leather. So it's getting awfully tempting to get an Outer Banks, like I had done in the past, but we'll see. Lightning is depreciated too much. Probably can't even take possession of my Bronco. Life, first world problems. Life's tough. I can't have my Bronco. Bah. I was lucky. I've been blessed. I got to have one early on. So I'm not complaining, and Ford just built mine up too quickly. So Peugeot says, my girlfriend doesn't believe this is live. Congratulate her on her new Bronco if you can. Yes, I will. Congratulations on your new Bronco. So Peugeot, because there's maybe some new people here tonight live, and because people are going to be watching this in rerun, why don't you let us know what Lynn's Bronco, what its build is, and if Lynn has named her Bronco, please let us know what Lynn's Bronco is going to be named. Now, I had very simple names for my vehicles early on when I hadn't had very many, but now that I've owned well over 70, I must be getting into the 80s now. I've lost track, but I get some pretty weird names now, like Raptosaurus Rex, Lord Greyjoy. I named my blue Lightning back years ago. Sorry, my blue Mustang Lightning years ago, way before they ever came out with this actual Lightning vehicle. So it's a two-door, 2.7 liter OBX advanced 4x4. Yeah, very much. I think that's a fantastic build. Now, M Peugeot, I would think that yours, of course, got built with the cloth. Lynn's, sorry, got built with the cloth. But as of July 10th, those Outer Banks are going to get built with marine grade vinyl. Some people are going to be disappointed. Marie's usually here for the lives. We're very, very happy. We love marine grade vinyl. Now, huge tip of the day. Well, two tips of the day. If you take the chrome appearance package, you might have your resale is probably going to be a little less good than on the Sport. Even if you're paying more for it. So like, let's look here. If you go Chrome Appearance Package, you click plus, you get to see it, and it tells you it's $215. But I think on resale, you might lose $1,000 or $2,000 because most people really want that Sport. You might even lose $3,000. It might actually be quite hard, much harder to sell your Ranger if it's covered in chrome. That's not for now. Maybe chrome's going to be like really the thing in 4 years when you go to sell it. But if you're not going to sell it for quite some time, who cares? Build it like you want it. You know, forget everybody else. Forget about it. So, splash guards, don't get them. Don't get them from the factory. It very well may delay your vehicle. All the accessories, the bed liner, tough bed in, drop in. It's only $345. Yes, you're going to spend maybe an extra $100 at the dealer. $495 for spray and bed liner. Yes, you're probably going to spend an extra $100 at the dealer because it's not a robot spraying it in, it's a human. These things can severely delay your build, getting your vehicle. We want this. Come on, this Ranger looks great. We want this thing to come in. I wouldn't even take the running boards from the factory. I wouldn't take any chances. The one thing, and even the security code, you can have it added on later on. I kind of like the security code. It's kind of annoying to not get it straight from the factory, especially that now it looks a little better than it used to, 10, 15 years ago. It actually looks pretty decent now. It's going to be above the handle. Now, here's something I wouldn't do. I definitely would not, good looking Ranger. Now, don't ruin it. These seats. I know some people are going to say that's how I like it. And that's fine if you're going to keep it for a long period of time. However, if you plan on reselling this in 2-3 years because you're going to have another vehicle, let's say maybe a plug-in Ranger in 3 years, maybe that's going to really, toot your horn. Well, this color stains really easily. Now, of course, the material is more stain resistant than it was on an 08 Escape like Marie had, but her seats were this color and they were horribly stained. And it's not everyone's cup of British tea, Most people out here are coffee drinkers, so take it black, folks. Let's hit it. There we go. Take it black. And what else? Skip all these accessories. Get them from your dealer. And 4A, sync, great system, fast, click on stuff. Screen switches right up. You're going to be really pleased with that. Let's see what this costs us. We're up to $40,585. I wouldn't click, anytime you can click get internet price at the bottom, but if you don't want anyone to call you up necessarily, top of the page, right on the calculator, this is going to avoid salespeople calling you. Top of the page, you get to actually play around with the price on your own. Now, don't be fooled. They always throw this down payment on. And if you got good credit, you don't need to give a down payment. And actually, it's darn right dangerous to give a down payment on a lease. Best advice of the week I'm going to be giving right here. Top YouTube advice right here. If you have a lease and you've put cash down and your vehicle gets stolen, or you're on a lease and your vehicle gets wrecked or totaled, don't be fooled. Your cash is gone. What your cash does is, yes, it does immediately lower your, sort of overall financed amount on the lease. So you pay less every single month. But when your vehicle gets stolen, your insurance company is almost probably, unless you pay extra for extra coverage, they're going to give a check to Ford that does not cover the actual, you could say, amount owing. Now, Ford's going to absorb that difference. Most places, most provinces, throughout all of Canada, really, we have, this kind of gap insurance where Ford, let's say they get a check for 30, but you owe 34 on the lease, poof, it's gone. On a purchase, poof, you pay. You pay with credit, you pay with debit, or you finance it onto your next car. That's bad beans, folks. That's why a lot of people, Spenny, go ahead with the question. That's why a lot of people do buy like replacement insurance, valeur à neuf if you're French, or replacement insurance, because they want to cover that difference. But on a lease, poof, the difference is gone. So you're safe. But if you've put, $10,000, $20,000 cash to bring down your lease monthly payment, it's also gone. Gone with the wind. So where does it go? Who knows? But you're not getting it unless you've paid extra for an extra protection. So I don't like to put cash on the lease. Let's see what the price, if you're looking at 48 months, $972 per month, 7% interest currently. Maybe the interest will be better when the bad boy gets in. 60 months, $804, 72 months, $692. Estimated net price, $40,585. Pay some cash on a purchase, no stress there. Save on that interest. These are supposed to be open loans, so you can clear them at any time and save on interest. So Spenny is asking, did they get rid of the black appearance package on the 24 Ranger XLT? It wasn't that disappeared. The last part of that disappeared, so hopefully someone else will write another comment. It'll pop up. And is $20K enough for a down payment? Well, that depends. $20K should definitely be more than enough for a down payment, unless someone has really, really, really bad credit. So if you got really good credit, you don't need to put any down payment down. They're just happy to have your business. And if your credit's really, really bad, $20,000 might not be enough to get approved. Now, if your dealer can't get you approved with Ford, which usually their conditions are pretty darn good, they can also try with a bank. So that's good to know. And for the black appearance package, yeah, I'm not seeing it, but we do have a beautiful, beautiful sport package on the XLT. So I'd say that's the best deal at Ford right now until they come out and announce a Tremor. I'm thinking what's going to happen is maybe the 2.7 liter is going to be announced with the Tremor. And I think it'd be pretty cool, pretty rad of Ford to kind of build the Tremor on the Ranger as a 2.7 liter only option. So really truly making the Tremor, I've been calling it the baby Raptor package, and then correcting myself saying, no, that doesn't fit. It's more like, the muscular little brother or something package, because the Tremor is pretty badass. Pardon my English there, or pardon my French. So I think Tremor, if anyone from Ford's listening here, hey, do this as a last minute switch up. It'd be pretty cool if the Tremor is just standard 2.7 liter EcoBoost. And if that's the only way to get the 2.7 liter, I could live with that. It'd be fine. It would make the 2.7 liter really special. And it would also make the Tremor package really special, because every time you'd see someone with a Tremor, you'd be like, oh, I'm not messing with that Ranger. That's sports car fast. So I'm looking forward to that. I know my 2.7 liter on my pretty heavy Badlands and my very heavy outer Sasquatch, outer four-door Outer Banks, the 2.7 liter made that Bronco fly, folks. Pedal to the metal all the way. I won't say the second part of that expression, but something was to the wall. It was pretty fun. Now the Ranger is probably going to weigh, the old one weighed 4,400 pounds. Is this one going to weigh maybe 100 or 200 pounds more because of the wider, it's a little wider? Yeah, maybe. We'll find out when Ford releases the weight of this bad boy. So that's it for tonight. Let's just see if we can wrap up with a few questions. Do you think Ford will be offering incentives on the 24 Rangers? I didn't catch the bottom of that, but I'll answer the first part of that. No, I do not think that Ford is going to be offering any incentives in regards to cash rebates. I think what we might see is better interest rates. And how long is the estimated factory order time? That's going to depend on where you are on the list at your dealer. So whether your dealer gets 10, 20, or 100 Ranger allocations for the year, 100 Ranger allocations, they're going to get roughly 10 per month. Well, if you're 12th on their list, you're month 2. While smaller dealers might only get 15 for the whole year. But if you're number 2 on their list, you're getting built at the end of month 1 or probably really month 2, because the production graph, you could say, is going to look like this. For month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, and as the year goes on, you're going to be able to make more and more, unless we have another catastrophic global event that turns out to not be catastrophic and not worthy of being a global event, disrupting everything. But anywho, let's get off that topic. So 4,616 pounds for a 2.7 liter engine and 2-door. Okay, yeah, I think my Outer Banks was around 5,300 pounds. If you want to look that up for Broncos, you can actually look up at pretty easy stuff. It's pretty cool. It's the Bronco Media spec sheet that gives so much detailed information. It measures things out in millimeters, centimeters, inches, and the whole works. Volume gets covered, towing per model, weight per model, whether it's a 2-door, whether it's a 4-door, a manual, automatic. Fun graphs to go play around with. Find your exact vehicle, highlight everything, and get to know your vehicle better. So that's going to be coming out for the Ranger. I'll share that at some point. So do hit that like button to get this information out. Please subscribe if you haven't. Tonight in the live, it's pretty much all the members and the long-term subscribers. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you being here tonight at this very last minute video. But let's try to get this be fun. Let's see if this Ranger video build and price can explode like the Maverick XLT build and price. That Don't Be Fooled video, wild, almost has 300,000 views. So thank you so much for making this channel viable so that it can at least cover the payment of one of the cars that we keep in the fleet. So we spend a lot more money on this channel than what comes in, but every little bit helps, and you guys have definitely been helping all the way. So if there aren't any more questions, I'm going to wrap this up because Marie doesn't know I'm doing this. She was off for her sister's birthday, her 40th birthday, to the theater. And now she's home, and I saw the message go, "Hello, where are you? Are you at home? Are you in the house?" So before she gets scared and has to go, that poor lady has to go to bed by herself, I'm going to make sure that she knows I'm here. She's safe. For all of you, please stay safe. Take care. Wish you all more cars and more power. Thank you, the WB. Very much appreciated. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. Peace.